Hello, my name is Seven Shadows, and this is a tarot reading for Libra for mid-September 2015. Um, so, your reading today seems to focus quite a bit around business, and you could say finances or just kind of building your business or your empire and the structures in your life. Really building like a solid foundation and solid lasting structures. And I'm sure that does relate to business on one or more levels because it's coming up quite a bit. So the first card you have popping up, this probably has to do with your current state or situation, is the Two of Pentacles. And what this card represents is it can be the juggling of finances or also work and responsibilities. Maybe you're juggling two different jobs or work and home life, and it can be kind of difficult because there's a lot of, you just have a lot to do. There's a lot of things up in the air. It can leave you a little bit worn out or a little bit divided in your attention, so maybe you're not able to focus on what you really want to do or what you'd really like to pour your efforts into and build into something that's more stable and lasting. So, yeah, but at the same time, it seems like it's important for you to do some of this juggling right now. Especially with such, it seems like you have bigger visions than for your future than what you have going on at the moment. And for you to get there, you're kind of like really self-driven and motivated. And so you know that taking care of all your responsibilities and all your needs are going to help get you there. And there's probably no other way to really do that, but it can leave you feeling kind of divided and kind of worn out. So, yeah. And as you can see, this card, she's kind of dressed up. She's holding these two masks. So I see this as related to kind of acting, playing different roles. So if you can have fun with it, that can help you get through. Try to bring a little bit of life and at least entertain yourself while you're working if possible. Even if you're juggling several different responsibilities, to keep a sense of lightheartedness and remember it's all kind of like a passing play and you're working towards something else. But I do feel like you are trying to eventually ground and get one thing going really well, or one particular focus. So, and that's probably business related. So if you're like unsatisfied with your job or one of your jobs, you might be building a business on the side that you're hoping will take off. Maybe it's very noted that you might start your own business or have already kind of been working on your own business and maybe haven't launched it yet or haven't had too much success with it yet, but you're very driven to make that work for you. So you're kind of like doing that on the side and burning your wick at both ends for now. And the next card you have showing up is the Emperor. And this is a great card to, a very powerful card to look towards, especially if you're trying to build a business or build your own empire, to be like the king of your own world in so many ways. So he's a guy that kind of juggles all these responsibilities. As an emperor, he's like in a very managerial role, handling all sorts of different tasks and all different, he's associated with Aries, so he might light all kinds of fires and still maintain all of them under his rulership and his leadership and lay down like laws and structures that help it all to work smoothly. And so this could even be, some just the energy that's affecting you, the energy that you're looking up to, or even a role model or someone you go to for some guidance who could be helping you in a business sense. So showing you how to maintain power and control over your life, showing you how to set goals and go for them, and how to just pursue that until you're in this managerial role of your own life where things kind of take care of themselves, or you can delegate tasks to different people and make sure everything's running smoothly and you're just overseeing it all. So there might be someone in your life who does that, and you're going to them for guidance, or kind of even just observing how they do it and saying, maybe I could do that for myself. And if you are doing it for yourself, you may be running like some big company, or you may just be running your own home business and just taking care of all the daily responsibilities with that, like dealing with finances and getting yourself on a schedule and writing to-do lists and tasks and accomplishing them, and having a business plan together, and maybe like timelines, so you have like a solid plan for how it can all work out, and then you just work on accomplishing all of those things. Because he really is about order and structure, and having that authority to know within that you can do it all. And so I think you'll be like really putting some mind over matter to work here, and if not starting that business right away or jumping right into it, leaving the rest behind, you're going to be like sorting out the details of how that's going to work out, and other areas of your life. So you might be sorting out how you can fit this all together, how you can balance all of your needs, and build something that runs really smoothly and is long-lasting. So you might be in kind of the planning stages there, or just having this take off and just running with it. Because the Aries energy that he represents, as much as he is like in this managerial role, Aries is very impulsive. So, do take the time to plan, do take the time to organize, but you might really kind of want to jump in head first at the same time and just get it moving and make sure you can keep up with it. So I wouldn't suggest like dropping your other responsibilities, because this card does show you need to do some juggling. So just think about that. But do know the Emperor is a very powerful card, and having that energy around you and supporting you and guiding you is really giving you the ability to do all of this yourself. And I see you taking like a huge initiative and just wanting to be a really self-made man or woman. And this is very much in regards to business or work, whatever kind you do. Yeah, so you're definitely looking, you have like a big picture look of what you want to do, and that could be different for every Libra out there. So I'm not sure what line of work you're in or what kind of business you're starting, but you're kind of getting set on what that is and sorting out all of the how-tos. So if you're still like juggling these two responsibilities or more, or a whole bunch of things, you might kind of have been putting off making this decision, like you weren't sure which way to go. But usually after doing this for a while, you kind of start to determine, which one is more feasible for you. You've already been doing this for a while and kind of tested some things out, weighed the pros and the cons, and and there needs to be a change, and you need to make a focus eventually. So I think you're really getting that settled and focusing on one specific idea. And this is all very intense work kind of energy. It doesn't leave a whole lot of room for like creativity, I guess. Although hopefully you can bring that into your daily routine and take care of yourself. But there is a whole lot of earth energy going on, so it can be a little bit like little bit boring for someone with a very active mind, I guess, at times. A little too structured. So the next card you have coming up is the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is about emotions. It's kind of about feeling bored or dissatisfied. So it's like you're waiting for some emotional fulfillment and it's not really there. Or you have some good things going on for you emotionally, because you can see the flower sprouting out of this cup. There's some fruitful, emotionally fulfilling stuff going on for you. So I don't know if you're taking that for granted, maybe, but basically your life at this point isn't living up to your highest dreams. You might be feeling a little bit uninspired emotionally or a little bit stifled creatively. And so as you can see, she's kind of like going cross-eyed, like waiting for something to appear out of this cup. It's not going to right now. So basically you just don't want to focus too much energy on it and get distraught or let this get in the way of some of the other things that you have going on, because this time will pass and you will have more emotionally uplifting and exciting things going on, but I think you're really focused on the business aspects right now. So whatever you have to do to keep yourself motivated and to keep going and fill your own cup, I guess. And so another thing about this Four is the water energy, the emotional energy is very flowing. It doesn't stand still. And with all the earth energy you have going on, with all of this structured energy, and the number 4, which is associated with the Emperor too, it's a stable number, it's the number of a square. It's all about stability, all sides are equal, laying the foundations. There's no real, it's not fluffy and beautiful. It's a little bit mundane, I guess, at times. So you might be feeling a little bit worn out by that. So I don't know what to say about that for now. I guess kind of count the blessings that you do have and try to appreciate what you do have while it's there. You might have some great support. I'm seeing you have good friends and family who are supporting you, and you can always reach out to them. And you can still have fun while you're working occasionally. It can be hard to break out of that mindset, but maybe finding ways to integrate some fun and excitement and inspiration into your daily work as well. Because this business that you're building is something that I do think you want, and you're more focused on the structure of it and what you need probably for your continued survival. But I think it's also something that you really care about. This is the next step in your career or life, and you're not taking it lightly. You've put a lot of thought into this. You've put a lot of work and effort too. So try to keep in tune with what those things are that inspired you and drew you to this path, because it's really just beginning, so you'll get to see some of the fruits of your labors after. And the next card you have popping up is the Ace of Pentacles. And this is a great card of new beginnings for business, or even a home, or even a child. It's also a very spiritual card. It can be about renewed spiritual faith, but often in terms of within an existing system sometimes. So maybe you have studied a particular faith or particular ideas that make you feel grounded in your world. Because this is again a pentacle. It's a very grounding energy, earth energy, and it's all about foundations. It's the first of the pentacles. It's about the ground, the roots, grounding, laying the solid foundations, feeling at home right where you are. So if you've recently moved or if you've been where you are for a while, I think you're starting to really try to get comfortable and try to get something going, trying to get something grounded and stable so it can grow long term into something bigger. And that is great. And it can also, the ace can also be a gift. So it could be a gift of cash coming to you, or a gift of cash from, or material abundance, let's just say, material abundance from a spiritual source too. So it can just be something coming down and blessing you with this solid foundation and the resources you need to get by. And that's something you've been really kind of worried about and needing. So that's really exciting. There's definitely some finances and support for you. And yeah, and that will help you mentally focusing your energies on this one area, this one business most likely. And even on your health and home and just all of that grounding, rooting kind of energy, you'll feel a lot more stable and secure. It's interesting because you usually work from the east towards the T's and up, but here you're in an unstable position, like one foot on the ground at a time, and here you have both feet on the ground, you know where you're going, you know what's going to happen tomorrow, you have some structure to your life, and so that's wonderful, and that's the direction you're heading in. And right after that we have the Queen of Pentacles, and this again, it could represent you, or it could represent an earth sign female in your life. So a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn female, most likely. And I kind of see this as you, and this is kind of who you're becoming. This is the person that you haven't grasped yet, but it's the side of you that you're becoming. And she's, again, like a businesswoman, maybe an entrepreneur, and she has this great stability and a great connection with the earth, often with nature, again, kind of with organization and structure. If she owns a business, she's kind of doing all of that stuff herself, quite like the Emperor, but in a more feminine and nurturing sense as well. So it could be like you're trying to provide for your family or for yourself and some of your goals and dreams here. You're really starting to achieve them. And for all of this to come up this month, it's like, I think it's happening this month. I mean, it's a lot to go through from A to Queen. That's a lot. It seems like a long process, but this is clearly where you're headed. This is clearly a direction you're headed in, and I definitely think you have the potential to get there, a very strong potential. She could even be someone who is, again, helping you and guiding you, so if it's not the Emperor, it could be her, so she could be helping you with some business skills, and, you could be finding someone who you look up to in terms of that and seeing how they are able to structure and take care of everything. And she might give you some really great advice, or some of her plans, some things that she tried and failed at, and might kind of fast track you towards that, because this does seem like kind of a big leap, right? But I think you had a good idea to set out on your own here and to follow this path, because it seems like you have a lot of support. And the final card, which is like your overview card here, is the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is not really a pleasant card, I hate to say, but it is about endings, it's about finality. And so this is some kind of issue that's been going on for a while, but the nice thing is it's coming to a close. So This might be why you're starting off on this new leg of your journey and trying to be really stable and self-sufficient and direct your own life. Something might have fallen apart for you in the past. And with the swords, this can be like a battle or a dispute, arguments, or even a breakup that had like a lot of arguments going on, or a work environment where there was a lot of turmoil and, um, maybe you leave this unhappy situation. But whatever it is, you're leaving it. There's definitely an ending. And it won't be pleasant right away, but you are going to be free. It's really the best thing for you long term. Like, you've been there, done that, now it's over. And this is like maybe a push you needed to walk away and take off on your own. And it's really almost giving you that extra push you need to get your life together and that motivation. So if there's any kind of like anger there, let it drive you, let it motivate you to do all of this wonderful work on your own. You'll be in such a better situation. And I see this speaking again to the Four of Cups over here, which we talked about, in terms of you being kind of bored and emotionally like searching for something that's not there, not being able to find the excitement and inspiration you need. That could be related to all of this mental anguish that was caused in your past that you're getting over now. So there's been a lack of this for a while, and it's something that you can think about moving forward and can start to carry into your life. But it's only natural to feel that way because it seems like you've just been really working very hard and not had a chance to really think about your wants, more about your needs. But as far as your wants, it's not immediate gratification here, but there is gratification promised in what you're doing, and when you work so hard to get it, you're going to have an incredible sense of self-accomplishment along the way and as you get there. So keep that up and give yourself a pat on the back if there's no one else to do that for you. And again, with the Ace, this can be some kind of real gift coming to you. So keep your eyes open, especially here next to the cup. You never know if this little gift might just fall into your cup. So I don't know if you'll recognize it, maybe or maybe not, but hopefully you will. And that could be just like a financial boost, or just also a very spiritual card. Has to do with grounding and order, but also connecting to a spiritual power. For some reason, this kind of reminds me of the Virgin Mary, how she's kind of depicted. So it can be like a gift from God or Goddess. You just recognize your chance and your opportunities. So it can also be like a golden opportunity to either start this business or have this position that you dreamed of kind of fall into your lap. And so I would definitely, whatever this big project is you're working on, if you resonate with this Emperor energy, stick with that and stick with the order and the organization and everything. And I think this will be the outcome of that. This will be the product of that. Will be this gift coming in. Some material for you to work with, for you to organize and manage. So also if you're going for some kind of big leadership position, you might end up getting it, and you might end up kind of being asked to handle big resources and big projects. So if you're not starting your own business, it could be something